Who are you? What have you been through? What will you go through? What will you become? These are the questions we ask ourselves every day. Who am I? I've had this successful career, but yet I still feel like a fraud. I feel like at any given point, any given time, the covers will be blown off, the curtains will be pulled back, and everyone will see me for this fraud that I really am. But is that really the case? Are you being too hard on yourself and not giving yourself credit for the little victories? Let me say that again. Are you being too hard on yourself and not giving yourself credit for the little victories? Because success is nothing but small victories. One foot after the other. One step after the next. One heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak after failure after failure. That is what success is. So ask yourself and be truthful. Are you being too hard on yourself? You've accomplished what you've accomplished for a reason. And one simple failure is not a reason to negate all of those accomplishments and say, okay, I'm a fraud, it's over, I'm done. No way in hell. You've accomplished everything that you've accomplished for a reason. Because you have put the time in. Because you have worked hard, put the extra hours in, when others were going to the dive bars and the sports bars and going to the club and partying. You were in the lab. You were in the gym. You were on the computer. You were on the road. You were doing what you needed to do to learn how to be what you need to be. And one failure will never define you. Multiple failures will never define you. Because failure is the foundation for success. Multiple failures means that you have multiple powers and multiple skills and multiple knowledge and now multiple intellect to move forward and succeed. But you gotta ask yourself, who are you? Who will you be? Who have you been? And what will you become? Only you can answer those questions, but you got to start off by believing in yourself and the work that you put in. You got to have faith in everything that you've done to get to where you've gotten now in life. When failure hits, you can't throw that faith away, because guess what? When you go to the arena and you see that music artist, or you go to the arena and you see that sports performer, you see greatness. And if you believe that they don't ever doubt themselves, I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what school you've been at, because the greatest of the great at whatever they do doubt themselves all the time. But the difference is they take that doubt and they make that doubt. They take that doubt and they let that doubt fuel them. They take that doubt and they let that doubt power them. They take that doubt and they run with it. They take that doubt and they say, look, I'm not afraid of you. As a matter of fact, I've been waiting on you. What took you so long? Because doubt and fear, doubt and the fear of failure lets them know they're on the right path. Because if they're just walking along, everything hunky-dory, something's not right to them. If they're just walking along and they're not in fear of something, and if they're not nervous about something, and if they don't doubt their ability to complete something, then they're not pushing themselves. That's how you find your greatness. Every time you get that cringe in your stomach, every time you get that feeling of, man, I really don't want to do this. This is difficult. This is hard. I don't even know if I can do it. I gotta go learn this. I gotta study this. What if I make one mistake? How will they perceive me? Every time they get that feeling, instead of running from it, they run to it with their guard up, throwing punches. And not just throwing punches, but throwing calculated punches, because they will have studied those fears. They will have studied everything they needed to in order to accomplish those fears. So when you start throwing punches, don't just start swinging wild, because you're going to get counterpunched. Make sure the punches you make sure the punches you throw all matter. Because it's a calculated game, and this is a cold world. And it is a very unforgiving world, and we only have one chance to make our first impression. But guess what? If we don't make the right impression on the first time that we meet one individual, that is only one individual. If we don't make the first impression that we want to make on one interview, guess what? That is only one interview. So now we study why we didn't make that impression. We take in that data, we add it into our data lake of a brain, because that is what your brain is, and your brain is most powerful. In order to think of the technologies that we've created, they must come from a powerful mind to think of that, to calculate that, to program that, and breathe that technology to life. That is us in human form. So you take in that data, you add it to your data lake. You calculate the equations you need to calculate. So when you have that chance to make that second impression, or have that second interview with a brand new company, or that first interview with a brand new company, now you've got a bridge that's crossed. Whatever the shortcoming was during that first impression, that first interview, that first meeting, will be eradicated. You will no longer have to worry about that if you approach this properly. Now you have become one skill set, one answer, one function more powerful. And it's off to the next. One of the best things that we can do to strengthen our psychological ability to cope with failure is to learn how to compartmentalize. Each failure, we learn from it, we compartmentalize it, we pull it when we need it, but we don't dwell on it. What we pull from the failure is how we overcame that. What we pull from the failure is how we've learned to grow from that. That's what we do with that. And then we compartmentalize and we move forward. Nobody said this was easy. You didn't ask for this. But guess what? Life chose you because you were blessed, and you were blessed with the strength that God felt that you would have to be able to endure this. And no matter what pain and trauma and abuse that you've been through in your life, it does not define you. No matter what addictions, whether alcohol, drugs, any addictions, it will not define you, because you are built in an image that is far more powerful and glorious than both you and I. And if you can understand that, you will understand what you need to do to be a better version of yourself. Now, how are you going to do this? Just like having faith. Faith is having the belief in something that you don't see. So you have to have the belief in something that you don't see within yourself to believe that you can achieve that ability to be that person that you want to be. You have to believe that you can grow to become that force that you want to be. You have to go visit your future every day, multiple times a day, in order to believe that it's possible, because you have to see yourself doing it. Have you ever wondered why people don't ever want to try something new until they see their friends doing it, until they see someone close to them do it? Because they don't have enough imagination. They cannot visualize the way we need to visualize to be successful. We have to see ourselves in those positions in order to visualize that. And we can't wait for someone else close to us to do it in order to visualize that. Sometimes you have to do the due diligence yourself. You have to go out and study the skill set yourself. You have to put the training hours in yourself so that you can then believe that this is possible for you. You can then believe that, hey, I got a shot at this. I've put the work in. I've done the extra lifting. I've done the extra running. I've spent the extra hours on the computer. I've spent the extra nights on the road. I've put this work in, not you. So who are you to tell me that I can't make this happen?